If you want your kids to grow up hungry, let them watch you earn it. There's a line I want to drop right on the table today because it's uncomfortable and it's true. Your kids don't learn work ethic from your advice. They learn it from what they repeatedly see you do when you don't feel like doing it. They learn it from whether you keep your word to yourself and whether you show up with standards or excuses. And I get it. Entrepreneurs love the idea of balance. We say we're doing it for the family. We say we want more time, we want more freedom. But here's the trap. Sometimes balance becomes a disguise for invisibility, and invisibility is where standards go to die. Because if your children never see you build, never see you focus, never see you do hard things on purpose, then what are they actually learning? Let's talk reality. Most people aren't lacking information. They're lacking a model. They're not lacking potential. They're lacking a visible standard. And in your home, whether you meant to or not, you are the standard. That's heavy, but it's also powerful. Because if you're an entrepreneur, your work is not just a way to pay the bills. Your work is the most consistent leadership laboratory you have. Now, I'm not saying you should work nonstop. I'm not saying you should miss dinner, skip the games, or live on the phone. That's not leadership. That's drift. What I am saying is this. If your children only ever see you relax, only ever see you scroll, only ever see you escape, then your words about discipline and confidence and responsibility just don't land. They'll hear you say, you can do anything, but then they'll feel you live to avoid hard things. And it's not just kids. Your team learns the same way. Your spouse learns the same way. Your clients learn the same way. People don't follow your intentions. They follow your embodiment. So the need is simple. If you want to pass down strength, you have to make strength visible. This is where Infinite You comes in, because inside Infinite You, we don't just build outcomes first, we build identity first. Lesson 3 in Infinite You is called the common denominator of success. And the core idea is that high performers do what others avoid consistently because their identity is aligned with their outcomes. And I want to give you a simple reframe that changes everything. Your kids don't need you to be perfect. They need you to be real. They need to see what I do hard things looks like on a random Tuesday. So here's the practical shift. Stop trying to teach work ethic. Start letting them witness it. Let them see you prepare. Let them see you plan. Let them see you build. Let them see you do the boring reps that create an extraordinary life. Because what they're absorbing isn't your productivity. They're absorbing your standards, and standards are caught, not taught. Here are the 3 ways to make your work visible without turning your home into an office. First, create a visible build block. This is a short window each day where they know this is dad's build time, this is mom's build time, this is entrepreneur time. That is punishment as a family culture. Second, let them see you do the uncomfortable action. It's not the highlight reel. It's the call you don't feel like making. It's the follow-up that you'd rather just avoid. It's the workout you could skip. It's a planning session when you'd rather wing it. And it's not for applause. It's for imprinting. Third, narrate the identity, not the task. Instead of saying, I have to do this, say, I get to. Instead of, this is stressful, say, this is growth. Instead of I'm too busy, say, here's what matters most, and here is what I am choosing. Because your words are programming, but your consistency, that's proof. And this is the line I want you to remember. Consistency is not discipline. It's identity in motion. This is so important because when your kids see consistent action, they're not just watching work. They're watching who you believe you are. Now, picture 2 futures. In the first future, your kids grow up hearing big speeches. They hear you talk about dreams. They hear you talk about freedom. They hear you talk about one day. But what they actually saw was avoidance. They saw distraction. They saw delay. They saw you negotiate with yourself every time it got uncomfortable. And then they grow up and they do the same thing. Not because you wanted it, because you modeled it. Now picture the second future. They grow up with a different normal. This new normal is when they remember walking past the table and seeing you with your laptop, open and focused. They remember hearing you say, I'm doing this because I keep my promises. They remember you shutting it down because it was family time, because you also keep your boundaries. They remember you owning your mood, owning your choices, and owning your standards. They don't just inherit your business, they inherit your backbone. They become adults who don't need motivation to move. They move because it's who they are. And you help program them that way. And the wild part is, you didn't have to lecture it into them. You simply let them see you live it. So here's your action step today. Simple, specific, and uncomfortable in the best way. Within the next 24 hours, schedule one visible build block, even 20 minutes. And during that block, do one thing you've been avoiding. One call, one message, one proposal, one follow-up, one piece of content, one hard conversation, one workout, one planning session, something. And then let your kids see the standard without explaining it to death. And if you don't have kids, it still applies. Let your team see your standard. Let your future self see your standard. Let your identity see its own proof. Because the common denominator of success isn't hype. It's total alignment. It's doing what matters even when comfort votes no. And if this hits you, I want you to go one layer deeper. Watch the Infinite You promo trailer for Lesson 3, the common denominator of success, in the description below. Because inside that lesson, we go beyond working harder and into the real shift. How to build a standard so consistent it becomes your identity. And your identity becomes your legacy. And comment visible standard if you're committing to a daily build block. And remember to subscribe for weekly identity first performance shifts for entrepreneurs. That's the common denominator of success. No shortcuts, no